Use your forms, Druid. Use your forms. So today we're going to be talking about our Druid forms in World of Warcraft, right? Uh, it kind of defines the class, right? Even going way back to like class, right? Shifting your forms. You'd actually do it in combat. You change your weapons as you're changing your forms, and just it was an insane, complicated process. Um, but kind of fun at the same time. All right. Uh, it really defines the class for me. I think it seems like we're doing it less. I find myself now that I'm starting to use it a little bit more. Right. For instance, in Legion, I didn't really use it as much as I should have. Uh, Here in Battle for Azeroth, I've been using it a lot more, especially since the Tiger's Dash. Puts you into cat form. Link did the same thing, right? I kind of missed my cat Link, to tell you the truth, but yeah, oh well. A lot of times, since I could blow everything up, I'm running around in Boomkin and everything instead of like getting into cat form and sneaking through, doing all of the good things, like you usually do, trying to be a little more uh, sneaky, I guess you could say. Um, but uh, the best part about Druid forms, right, is like every time you shift a form, you're getting rid of the polymorph effects, you're getting rid of the roots. All of them do that. That's one of the biggest utilities that you get out of shifting forms. Like if you're in a form and you get uh, snared in that, you just switch to another one, switch right back. No matter how many times people try to snag you or snare you, boom, you're done. Polymorphs from mages doesn't matter. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. I'm a druid, right? So that's something that they've had forever, and that's something that hasn't changed, and I love it. Uh, they have become a little more useful. They used to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. Now they're pretty viable and everywhere, right? I mean, being a feral druid's kind of a high skill cap, right? But everything else, it holds its own, right, against any other class. So you can heal, you can range DPS, you can tank, and you can do the melee DPS, and it is competitive. It's a more of a more difficult skill cap to deal with, though. But other than that, all of the druid forms are good. But this video is more about having a druid form and how you use the form, even though that may not be what you're doing at the time. Like if you're balanced, well, how do you use your cat form? How do you use your bear form? If you're a healer, how do you use your other forms to help you there? That's really what this is about in general, right? It's just kind of telling you more about the forms and how you can use them in a utilitarian sense as opposed to that being your main spec and that's the form you kind of hang out in. All right. I hope you enjoyed the vid. Check it out. All right. So here we are. Our very first form we're going to cover, right? We're just going to kind of work our way down the list. We'll save the best for last. Oh, look. My cat is here to join us. Sorry, buddy. We're busy. Okay. So, where were we? Our very first form. We're going to cover bear form here, right? Let's go ahead. First thing we're going to do is we're going to pop open our spell book. Shapeshift into bear form, increasing armor by 220%. It's just huge, right? That's actually the best part of bear form. This other part, stamina increased by 25%, is good, right? And then we always get the protection from polymorph effects. It increases threat generation. The attack shapeshifting uh, removes snare effects, essentially, right? Let's go ahead and do this, right? Right here, we're at 487k. Pop into bear form right off the bat. A little over 100k. We're at 609 now, right? Good thing about standard bear form, even, right? You could go ahead and try to taunt, and if you have it, even without Guardian Affinity, right? You just go ahead and you try to taunt. Could get the thing's attention. You could pop into another form real quick, root it, try to hide it, run away, all that good stuff. It's still very effective, even if you don't pop into uh, pop into bear form, pop frenzied reju, That's actually, that's money right there, right? That's the main reason people usually would take something like a Guardian Affinity, right? Pop into bear form, get the extra armor, get the extra health, pop Venged Rejuve. It's just, your healers will love you. My healers hate me. I usually run with the next affinity, right? Let's go ahead and go into that next. The very next one is cat form. We'll cover the affinity as well, right? So shapeshift into cat form, increasing auto attack damage by 40%. We're not going to get into how feral druids work here or any of that, but if you ever decide to play feral, which is very important, just keep that in mind as you go through and you look at your other feral spells. This is more just a shape shifting type thing and why we do shape shift and what we use the shape shifting for, right? Um, the thing I like, the thing I use, is the movement in speed by 30%, granting protection from polymorph effects. Again, all of them have the polymorph effects. Um, with cat form, you also reduce falling damage. So this is good. Like if you're, when we're flying, it's not that big a deal. But like early doors, whenever you're trying to it's amazing. Trust me, you could fall for ways and not notice it. So it really does reduce the falling damage. So climbing around on cliffs and stuff, or if you're playing in high places, cat form's really helpful for that. Of course, shape-shifting frees you from snare effects. All of them are going to do that. That's really one of the main benefits of using your shape-shifting. Don't ever forget. And that's the affinity that I run as well, right? So whenever we run it, we get a couple of the extra of the cat things, but feline swiftness, I get an increased movement speed of 15%. I like to go fast. That's it. That's all there is to it. I create distance and try to raise health. We're gonna skip this one just because. All right, our very next one is gonna be the Moonkin form, right? So here we go. I'm a balanced druid. I love the Moonkin form. Just laser chicken everything, right? I usually run Glyph of Stars, but you know, we're talking forms here, so we took our glyphs off for this particular thing. Shapeshift into Moonkin form. Increase the damage of your spells by 10%. Also comes with a huge armor increase, 150%. You you're beefy spellcaster, right? You are not the glass cannon here, all right? Okay, protects the polymorph effects. All right, now here's this. While in this form, single target attacks against you have a 15% chance to make your next Lunar Strike instant. Lunar Strike is down here. We'll have to go to the spell. Here you go. They have it up here for us. It's pretty much your AOE, right? Usually takes how long to cast? 1.8 seconds. It's just instant at that point. And it generates your astral power for you, so always nice there. All the same thing, removes the snare effects, right? I think we covered polymorph for this already. If you don't get it, polymorph effects, snares, druids, shapeshift, just get that through your head at this point. All right. Trident form. I'm not even gonna go to the tooltip for this. If you're healing, switch to this form. People will know what you're doing, right? This is saying I'm a druid and I'm healing. That's what this does. There you go. Stag form. Makes you look like a deer. All right. People can ride you. There you go. All right. So we saved the best for last, right? Here, let's just read stag form. It does do the 40% speed increase, right? Polymorph effects, snares, same thing. Even with this, right? When we get to travel form, you get the same thing. All right, but travel form, shapeshift into travel form, appropriate for wherever you're at, right? Air, sea, or land. It does it all, just like Voltron, right? I'm old, man. Leave me alone. All right, we're getting back to this. uh, Here we go. Land speed increase when used out of combat. This effect is disabled in all battleground areas. All right, fine. Here's one thing that's not in the tooltip that, I mean, unless you've ever played a druid, you may not know this, right? Let's just fly around here just for a second. We shouldn't have to go too far. At least I hope we don't. Look, I've got myself an herb. It's right here in a tree somewhere. This might not be the best example. I didn't want it anyways. Let's go find one that's easier. Something that's more easy pickings. We got a treasure chest. That'll work too. Anything like, see, here we have this sea stalks. If you ever watch me stream, you know, this is why we play Druid, right? This right here. Where's this chest hiding? Is it down here or is it up above? Let's see. Let's go find this. Because we could travel around under the water. Okay, yeah, we don't see it. Oh, it's over there. Let's see if we could sneak in there. That's why we play Druid. And that's why we play Druid. I don't think there's anything else to say about travel form, right? Super useful. Extremely useful. When I, say for instance, now when I'm in combat with those, it won't work, but you could pop in, pop out. When I'm in combat, I could still switch into travel form. It'll just put me into the stag form, right? But it still gives me a little extra speed to get away. Could do it mid-air, right? And when you're underwater, you get the movement speed as well. Absolutely amazing. There's nothing better. It just... Druids have always been fluid, even since Classic. Druids have always been super mobile, super fluid. Shapeshifting doesn't seem to be as prevalent nowadays as it used to be, right? But if you know how to do it, you know how to use it right, you know what situations you want to be able to shapeshift into, there's just nothing better, right? Whenever you're PvPing and running away, you'll probably see it all the time. If you ever watch any Druid PvPing, especially if it's a boomkin, we'll switch back and forth all the time. We'll even go to travel form, then back to moonkin. Travel form there wasn't the best idea because it'll make me a stag, but we'll just be... Even though we lose our casting bonuses and stuff as a moonkin, get out of that snare, right? And then just pop right back into moonkin and just start laser chickening everything. Alright, so here we are. We have just a couple more little things that we need to cover here. I did cover some of the other affinities, so we're going to go ahead and do that, right? We're going to do our last one. It's a little bit of a weird one, right? Because this is the only one that's like this, and it's our balance affinity. If you'll notice, look down here, we don't have boomkin form when we're a healer. But you choose balance affinity, and boom, there's your moonkin form. Again, comes with the I covered before, the armor bonus, all of the things moonkin comes with. Not a bad choice because this affinity does come with an increase of 5 yards for all of your ranged abilities, right? And as a healer, that can come in handy. You do have to cast spells whenever you're trying to do damage with this, but it doesn't cost that much, right? It's not as much as your healing spells. I know mana can be an issue. So if you're ever worried about the mana being an issue, of course, this is still a great one. You're using energy, you're not using your mana. It's good, you just scratch them. We've already covered why Guardian's awesome, right? You could pop into bear form, use your rage to rejuve your health. Oh, God. It's so good. I should probably use that more, but I just don't. Alright. Another thing we have to cover here. This is kind of an awkward one because we're covering forms, and this technically... It's technically a form. Okay? Technically a form. So we're going to go ahead and cover it. It's an Incarnation Tree of Life. This is full broccoli mode for those of you who don't know what this is. Well, we'll activate broccoli mode for you, just so you know. But let's go ahead and read our tooltip. Shapeshift into the Tree of Life, increase in healing done by 15%. This also comes with an armor bonus. 120%. Nice, you're more durable, it's great. Our standard polymorph, right? Functionality of rejuvenation, wild growth, regrowth, and entangling roots is enhanced. Alright? It lasts for 30 seconds. You can bounce in and out of this the whole throughout the form's whole duration, right? For however long it lasts, you can see it in your bar here at the top. So once we pop it in, right, for however long this lasts, we can still go ahead and do all of our things, and we don't have to worry about it, right? So there we have it. That's shape-shifting as a druid. It's just so amazing. I kind of just want to end this video, right? We kind of want to take a quick look here at Broccoli form when you don't do anything to him, when he's just standing there. It's like Blizzard really did put a lot of love into the druid, into the shape-shifting forms. Uh, it's just an amazing class. It's a beautiful thing, all of the utility that you get with it, changing your forms, shifting, and just look at this guy. He's ready to do some business, right? Give Druid a try. Try switching forms. Play with your forms, see what they do. Have a good time. All right, so that's going to do it for our shape-shifting video, right? I hope you learned a lot, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out. And also, if you'd like to, come and hang out with me when I stream. I stream, twitch.tv/Dravot. I stream Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, right? Uh, Schedules on the Twitch channel if you ever go and visit and check it out. Other than that, make sure you turn on war mode.